Hey there guys, and welcome to Thursty Thursday. This week on the Screen Queens, we're all talking about our awkward childhood stories. I have one or two for you. Just to let you know, my whole childhood was relatively awkward. When you look like this, it was just a rough time. So, one of my first stories was when I did Boy Scouts. Yeah, it was a great time. So, one of these trips I went on with all the scouts and all the campers and stuff was on a canoe trip. So we all suited up and we all went in canoes and paddled out to our campsites. It was when all the guys and me were all sitting around the campfire just like talking and stuff, and I was really little at the time. So one of the guys gave me trail mix so I could go feed the squirrels and chipmunks and stuff, just to keep me occupied. Playing with the chipmunks, and the guys were noticing that the chipmunks were like coming up to my hand and eating out of it. So one of the guys named Matt, who was his trail mix, who he gave it to me, so he went and he was trying to catch one too, just because that's what guys do. I was just feeding them, he was catching them. It was a weird time. And then the adults were coming back from having a meeting about God knows what, and they were coming back, and I just jumped over to them, or to where they were walking, and I was like, "Scouter Cindy, a chipmunk's eating Matt's nuts."
It's eating Matt's nuts.
And as soon as I said the words, I saw them fly out of my mouth, and I was like, no, 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 no. But it was out there. I said, a squirrel is eating Matt's nuts, and it was a rough time. I was not even allowed to forget it, ever. So another one that happened was, I think I was a little bit older, a while ago, so it was when I lived in town still. And when I lived in town, I had this giant treehouse. Like, it was basically a castle in a tree. It was amazing. It had a like rope ladder and a secret trap door. It was a good time. Along with all the cool stuff that our treehouse had, my dad thought it would be cool to put a zip line in for me to test it out, which I was fine with. At the time, I was like, ooh, cool, danger. Let's go ziplining on a homemade zipline. Yay. And it wasn't that bad. Like, it was high off the ground, but it was just pretty little. So my dad set up the zipline, so it was from the treehouse to the laundromat pole. And it was a decent slant, but it obviously wasn't enough for me, because I got my carabiner and I hooked on and I was going, and because it got caught on something, my little body went forward, and then because my little arms couldn't hold me, I went backward. So I landed flat on the ground, on my back. And because I was so little, all the wind was knocked out of my lungs and I was turning blue. So my dad ran down to me and he was like, "Oh my God, don't die, Mom's gonna kill me." Which is fair enough, she would have. But it was within a couple seconds that my dad was next to me asking me if I was okay, that I had obviously turned blue, but then I ripped one. I farted so loud. It was a great time. But my dad's quote unquote was, as I farted, the color came back to my face. So my view of that was just fine. Like, that was a horrible fart noise, but you know, you get the point. So from then on, my dad's called the death fart. And he makes a note of reminding people all the time that the death fart happened. You know, death farts happen, kids. They happen and they're scary. That's really all I have for you today, folks. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week. I'll be here again on Thursday, as well as tune in to everyone else on Screen Queens, because we're pretty fucking fabulous. But yeah, have a good time, guys. Bye.